Everybody knows that discipline is the key component to success. Well, then you need to question yourself. Why are you undisciplined? Why are you doubting yourself? Why are you betraying yourself? Why are you skipping the work that you know you need to do? Because of how you feel. How many times did you skip work because of how you feel? How many times did you skip training because of how you feel? Motivation requires feelings. Discipline doesn't. This where we start to separate ourselves from the pack, from the nerds. All nerds, only nerds rely on motivation. Oh, but I want to feel motivated. I want to feel good. Well, stay a loser. I would train regardless of how I feel. I will work regardless of how I feel. That's where I start to separate my pack from the nerds, which is why I'm a king. Discipline, I'm starting to understand that it's really simply a process of elimination. A lot of people are disciplined at doing dumb things. A lot of people are disciplined staring at their phone screen all day. A lot of people disciplined at being lazy. So discipline really starts to come with elimination. That's why people complain, oh, Preme, you never answer your phone. Because I'm working. I'm working. I don't sit on the phone screen and scroll all day like a jackass. I have things to do. I have to work. I have to better myself every second of the day that I can get. I use my time wisely. That's discipline. People think discipline is only working for a few short moments. No, discipline, it moves across every aspect of life, but it seems like people don't know that. It seems like nobody understands. If you're disciplined in one place, you'll be disciplined in other places, which is the reason why most people fail. They fail them own selves. If they're not disciplined in one place, they can't even discipline their own mind. If you can't even discipline your own mind, how will you win? How will you do anything else? How will you do anything else in life if you can't even discipline your own mind? This brings me into being disciplined enough to stop habits. When people come to me, Preme, how do I stop this habit? I sit and think, you can't stop your own self from doing something? I can't imagine living a life not being able to quit something. So when someone tells me, oh, but it's hard to get rid of habits. It's hard for you. I can't imagine living an existence. I can't imagine living less than what I am. I can't imagine living less than a king. I can't imagine being less. I can't imagine not being in sovereign control of my own mind and body. If I tell my body and my mind if I tell my body and my mind, I will stop something, I'm going to stop immediately. I'm in that much control. So for these people who can't stop certain things, oh, but it's hard. Well, you deserve to fail. You deserve to fail. Always complaining about something is hard. Oh, it's hard. Who cares? The goals that you want don't care if it's hard. The woman that you want doesn't care if it's hard. Question yourself. Do that woman that you want care if your life is hard? Do the goals that you want care if it's hard to get? That's the only reason you wanted it in the first place. If it was easy, if the girl you wanted was easy and everybody was hitting her, you wouldn't want her. If the goal that you want, if everybody had it, if everybody was driving around in Ferraris and C8s outside, every single body on the face of the planet Earth, you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it. That's what gives it value. The fact that it takes discipline to get to hard things. You have to be a disciplined individual to get hard things. Everybody knows this. That's why I say, most people will say this is basic knowledge, but yeah, why are you undisciplined? Why are you like an undisciplined swine? See, I have these conversations with people and they act like they know it all. Say they know it all, okay. But why are you undisciplined swine then? Why haven't you committed yourself for something for a long period of time? They can't. They're so wired to short term. They're like short term bits of information. They love shorts. They love YouTube shorts. They love Instagram reels. They love Twitter. They love TikTok. Their brains are fried already. They can't even sit through a movie without looking at their phones. These are undisciplined individuals. Their minds is undisciplined. Now, if you truly want to live a life of discipline, you have to shift your mind. So I'll talk about the mind. And everybody knows I tell you exactly how to have a disciplined mind inside the link in my description. FU University, you can go get that. It's out there. It's a pre-sale. But anyways, everybody knows you need a strong, disciplined mind. Now, if your mind is strong and disciplined, that means your mind obey you. Many people, oh yeah, my mind obey. No, do it. That's why I say, question yourself, how many times did you skip training because of how you feel? If your mind is so much on your side, how many times did you doubt your own self and talk bad upon your own self? This is your own body, your one existence that you would get in your entire existence, and you down talking your own self. Why? Because you're an undisciplined individual. You're a nerd. Only nerds and dorks talk down on themselves. I'm a king. I can't be any less than the king. So I sit here, I speak and uplift myself. This is why I separate myself from the pack. I'm not like these losers on the internet. These people behind closed doors, they cry and they talk down on themselves. Me, never. And every time I go through hardship and pain, I come out on top every single time and remind myself exactly who I am. I say, thank God. I'm exactly who I thought I was. Every time I get challenged, every time something hard happened, every time something bad happens, I sit and say, I'm exactly who I thought I was. Woo! The best possible existence for man on earth is a man that can control his mind. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're not rich. As long as you control your mind is on your side, and you're training, you're working on your physical body. You're learning how to make money. You're getting better every day. Or you're at least grinding. If you're not making money, you're at least grinding, trying to make more money. If you live a life of mind control, then you live one of the best existences on earth. But it seems like most of you are fundamentally broken. Most of your minds are broken. Some people has already clicked off the video in the first 4 seconds. I sit and look at the analytics. People can't even stay through the video past 4 seconds. But you deserve to lose. Another reason why some of these nerds and dorks deserve to lose. Another reason why you deserve to lose. Because most of you are watching are nerds and dorks. And I'm a king. And I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to bring you up. You're not in the free Telegram. The free Telegram is there to help you go from where you're at, the peasant level, the nerd dork level, and take you up here to P. But it seems like most of you don't even want to become P. And I'm sitting up here telling you I live a fantastic life. My mind is in my control. I'm funny, I'm charismatic, I'm strong, I'm sexy. I can kick the living shit out of any man on the face of the planet. My mind, who you know else speaks like this? You don't. Who can sit and speak like me? Nobody. So even that in and of itself, the way that I think, should be like, damn, I want to think like him. I want to think like Preme. If Preme's sitting up here saying, if I think like him, I can speak like him and move like him through earth. I go everywhere and I'm not afraid. I went out to the wilderness and fasted with no food or water out there with the animals. In the tent, I wasn't afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. Stood up to 10 men and I stood there unfazed. They thought they was going to scare me. Do you not know who I am? You need this mindset. That's why I say my mindset is what will carry my future. I'm trying to tell you beforehand. Most of you try to look at this YouTube channel because of the subscribers. This is a new YouTube channel. Most of you try to look at the subscribers as if it's a lack of credibility. I'm him in real life. Come and test and see. I would kick the fuck out of anybody. I would die about what I'm saying. I'm willing to die about my ideas. I'm willing to die about living a disciplined life. I'm willing to die about my ideas that I have. This is a life of discipline. If you can't pick up your cross daily, if you can't go through the pain and hardship daily, what are you doing? If you can't work when you don't, if you cannot work when you don't want to work, what are you doing? If you're doom scrolling YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, and TikTok, what are you doing? You're kerfuffled. Get work done. If you haven't achieved the goals that you want to do, you have no time to waste and doom scroll. We have a finite amount of human time. And what are you doing? Wasting it. You are a waste. You are wasting your time. You're living the existence of a peasant, peasants and nerds and dorks. That's how they live their existence. They live their existence always, all the way since the dawn of human time. Peasants, dorks, and nerds and slaves were the consumers of society. They never created and produced anything. This is why they stayed a peasant and slave. Now, back then it was different. You were born into certain lineages and you had to stay that. But now we're living in a time where you can become a king. You can move from your dork peasant level up here with me. I'm telling you, you can become P. I'm strong in every area. There's nothing on the face of the planet that I cannot do because of my mind. It could be something I haven't even known how to do yet, because I can entertain, and because I can speak in a certain way, and because I'm so sexy, so charismatic, so strong, everybody loves me. I can go anywhere and do anything. I'm telling you, I can go anywhere and anything. You can drop me out. You can drop me out in a random country across earth. I guarantee you by that night, I'll be shaking hands and I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping in a person's house later. That you could drop me with no money, no resources, no food, no water. I bet you I'll have 2-3 girlfriends by the end of the night. I'm living with all of them. I'm telling you, this is how I live. This is how I live. But you need to understand, this takes a disciplined life. You need to become a disciplined individual. If you become a disciplined individual, you can become great. Discipline is the key component to success, but everybody knows that, but you're still undisciplined. You need to question yourself. Why are you still undisciplined? I told you, by the process of elimination, you then can become disciplined. So you need to start to eliminate factors. That's why I say most people are disciplined, but disciplined at the wrong thing. Discipline playing video games like a jackass. You have things to do. You have goals to achieve. Quit playing video games and go out there and put your mark on the world. And train, become stronger, become better, figure out how to make more money, get into sales, start speaking online, do all of it. So this takes discipline, but it seems like everybody thinks discipline is something basic. This is what I'm saying. No, it's not basic. I'm telling you exactly. Discipline is a process of elimination. You never heard discipline in the way that I explained it on this. So you need to rewatch it. Discipline is a process of elimination. Most of you are disciplined at the wrong things. Discipline at scrolling TikTok, discipline at YouTube shorts. You have all of the energy. You just need to focus your energy towards one said task. Let's imagine we had a magnifying glass and we had 3 leaves. And we had the rays of the sun, and we keep moving the leaves around, and we keep moving the magnifying glass around. How long do you think it will take to burn one of the leaves as opposed to holding the magnifying glass and sitting on one leaf for a whole day? If we did both for a whole day, which do you think will burn? All 3 will burn quicker, or just that one? Of course, just that one. So you need to look at your life this way. Remove the process of elimination. Years ago, many, many years ago, I haven't touched a video game since. I sold my game years and years ago, and I went all in on myself. I learned about sales. I learned about marketing. I learned about speaking. I learned how to be funny, charismatic, strong. I wanted to build myself into being one of the most capable men on the face of the planet of the earth, and that's what I become. Preme. That's what I become. So you have to make a choice by the process of elimination. Also, God removes some things as well to make you get disciplined. For example, I say, my girlfriend passed away. I could have used it. Oh, God, why did you do this? I said, no, God, you did this so I can get more discipline than before. Break my family out of the bloodline of distraction and slavery. And I did exactly that because I recognized as much things in life that we enjoy relationships, we enjoy doing all these things, going out, we enjoy it, but it's also a source of distraction. I'm not trying to talk down, but a lot of women are distractions, not because they're bad people, just because they have different mindsets. Men want to conquer. We want to go out and conquer. Women, they want to watch TV, scroll TikTok, make TikToks, and watch Netflix. Yeah, they make a little bit of money, but after that, they want to come home and chill. That's perfectly fine. I'm saying men think different. So that's why women can start to become a distraction. She'll have you laying around in the bed, watching Netflix, eating chocolates. She making all this food. You start to get full. Every single man, wait, I want to make this before it ends. No, almost every single man I've seen, when he started living with a chick, he loses himself. In my personal reality, every single man I have seen stay with a chick, end up getting fat, losing his muscle. He have a bird belly. Like, what's going on? He quit hanging around with his friends, with his brothers. He quit training with them. He don't talk to them no more. This is why I started to separate myself. I say, okay, you need to get new friends. Cut them off. Did exactly that. Boom, boom, boom. Put together a network, private network. And if you want to join my private network, this is something I need to open because most of you can be upgraded. You don't come to me ready. We make you ready. We make you ready. You don't come already ready. We make you ready. So I'm going to start a private network because I think that's one of the fundamental key components as to keep getting disciplined. You start to get disciplined with more individuals. Because I just explained, these men start to cut off their women and they start to live a life of no more discipline. They start living with their woman. They cut off their friends. They don't talk to their friends anymore. They start to become fat. They go live with her, dealing with her nagging. She's crying about the toothpaste top. So it's just a bunch of stuff going on. Now he's not training. Now he's not talking to his brothers anymore. Now everybody's divided and separated. What is going on? This is why, as a select few of you watching, we will all band together. We're going to have these summits, these private network summits when my private network comes out. So stay tuned. You need to be in the free Telegram first. And you need to get my program first. You need to be in the free Telegram and you need to get my program, FU University, because you need to have this mindset first before you join my private network. I don't want any dorks. I don't want any nerds. I don't want none of it because your energy is sticky. Your energy is nasty. So you need to switch how you think first, and then you can come join the private network. And this private network, anywhere from money, women, status, relationships, online, making money online, everything is inside this private network. And it puts you around disciplined individuals so you won't be like these people who betray their friends for women. You have men all the time, they start to ghost their brothers for women and they lose their edge because when you stay with men, it's competitive. When you live with men, it's competitive. It keeps you disciplined. You're waking up doing push-ups. Like, for example, some days I'll go visit my uncle. We waking up working. We're waking up talking about how to make money. We're waking up working. We're waking up talking about how to make money. We're talking about how to keep women. We're doing working. We're hitting push-ups. We're working. But staying with women, you have to move in an alternate way. This is why I say every man should start to move in with his brothers, and there's going to be a select few of you who I would choose to select, and we will live together in one big compound. I'm telling you, there's going to be a few of you who actually listen to what I say, who dedicate themselves, show up in the Telegram, buy the program, and in the very future, as soon as the private network joins, as soon as the private network is created, you will join, and I will select few. I will see who's all in here, and I will say, you, and you, let's go get a compound. And that is how it will work. This will shift you in a whole different trajectory if you actually listen and apply what I just told you. I just told you, discipline requires you to sacrifice some things, some elements, so you can pour all of your water into one bucket. So you need to eliminate the distractions, the noise. You know what distractions you have. You know what noise you have. For most of you as women, for most of you scrolling and doom scrolling. You know what you need to do. You just need to figure out an area to put all of your effort in, training, making more money. Now, this is not just the 9 to 5. I want most of you to also start to look for ways to make money online. You can't be tied to a single entity of geographical location. Now, I want to say this before I end it, because I just seen this recently. Somebody I know went to college for 4 years, went and got a good job, boom, boom, bow. Everything was good. A few years later, they're trying to lay them off. They don't have anything. They don't have any work for people to do. They lay them off, so you have to go find a new job. What in the world? Like, no matter what you do, you go to college for 4 years. No, not even 4. He went more than 4 years. Went to college for all these years to get a good job, and then they take you off the job like that. Take you off the job like that, or they don't have work just like that. Now you have to be scrambling looking for a new job. This is why I say, if you're not learning how to make money online yet, you need to start learning. That's why I say, if I need to make something, y'all let me know. Because this is starting to get ridiculous. You know where to go. Click the link in the description. I'll see you there.